Alright guys, it's time to talk about PENGU or Pudgy Penguins on the channel once again. Now this is only up about 5.7% at the moment. It was up quite a bit earlier today. Now we just had the crypto summit, and as Crypto summarized it here guys, it's pretty much just a bunch of thank yous. And yeah, he said it was disappointing. Now, as I've said in the video earlier today, and I think, I've said this just throughout the week. I even made a post this week about Trump. Some people didn't like it, and they said, oh, don't make your channel political. It's not good. Guys, this is not a political channel, but politics are playing a big role in crypto right now, unfortunately. I honestly wish Trump never got involved. I wish he never became president at this point. He is only hurting crypto. He is taking for himself, guys. If you don't see this, I don't know if you're blind, but it's just really corruption and manipulation behind Trump and all around Trump, I should say. And yeah, there is no way a whale went 50x long at the moment. He said something about crypto the other day on Sunday, and then they do a short, almost, the same, perfect timing again, guys. I mean, there is just corruption all around. Look, he made coins for himself, his family. I think even someone said the maid, his maid actually had a coin or something like this. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't see this coin, but this is just pure corruption, guys. We need to get away from America. Donald Trump is not going to be the savior of crypto, unfortunately. So that's, pretty much all I have to say about Trump. Let's jump into the technicals, though, here about PENGU, guys, because this is more important than Donald Trump or anything in America. I'm American, guys, and I'm really pissed off about this. And I usually don't say bad words. I mean, pissed isn't really the worst word in the world, but I should say a lot worse. Anyways, PENGU is getting kind of a bounce today. It is right now. It does have a bullish engulfing candle, but just barely. Now it was a lot higher today, like I said. And yeah, let's take a look here at the 4-hour chart. It is actually trending up, but a little bit slow at the moment. Let's just put like a trend line here. And let's see if it can hold at least this trend. I would say if it holds this, that's a good sign. But yeah, let's take a look at the RSI. I want to see how much strength this move still has. Now, looking at this on a 4-hour time frame, it is overbought basically on the Stoke. Pointed down here on the RSI, so that's not that great. But the 1-hour time frame looks like it wants to curve back up here on the Stoke. Kind of flat, slightly pointed down here on the RSI. 15-minute time frame just coming out of the oversold territory, and again kind of flat here on the RSI. So yeah, let's go to a little bit higher time frame. The daily looks like it wants to curve back up, and it is pointed up, just almost got to the oversold territory, but kind of bounced right here right before it got there. So that's not looking too bad. I don't think it's going to have a weekly time frame. Yeah, it hasn't been out that long, so on a weekly we just don't have any information. But all in all, guys, I mean, the longer time frames like the daily and the 4-hour, somewhat okay. The hour, not too bad, and the 15-minute is just very low. It's not too bad either. Most of the time frames, I would say, look more positive, like it should, continue its rally a little bit higher. But, after this crypto summit, guys, I'm not too sure that it's going to rally much higher. We may get a pullback because Bitcoin is just not really doing anything. I mean, here on the 4-hour chart, you can see the last like 3 4-hour candles, it's just been trending down, And I mean, these candles were even before the summit. So I think it was basically a sell the news event, guys. I think people just expected that like I did. And they started to sell off, especially when we got up here to about 91.1. They just started taking profit. So now the thing is, if we can keep this trend on the 4-hour time frame, then we are still making higher lows for Bitcoin. So keep that in mind, guys. We are still making higher lows on a 4-hour time frame, as I'm showing you right now. So let's see if this holds. If not, we start breaking below this trend line, then we're going to be in trouble, guys. I do think we will be in for much lower prices. And like I've said before, about 75,900 is really the next support, at least on a daily or weekly time frame. So Ethereum, guys, looking terrible. It is under this legendary trend line right now. And yeah, this trend line, as I've shown you before, let me put this on the weekly, just easier and quicker to show, goes all the way back to about mid-June of 2022. So yeah, you can see it's gotten some bounces along the way. And right now it is not bouncing, so that is not good. Now, we do have time until, Sunday when it rolls over to Monday. We just need to close this candle at least above this, yellow line. But yeah, guys, I mean, we find ourselves in the reaccumulation zone for Ethereum here. Now, maybe I need to kind of adjust this at the moment because, yeah, we have dipped and this really isn't right. I think maybe I moved this the other night. So, yeah, we are not in the reaccumulation zone. Yeah, I forgot to actually move this back, so I'm sorry about that. But we are almost in the reaccumulation zone. So, yeah, we shouldn't even be back there. We shouldn't even, be in this orange. I would say at a minimum we need to be up here in this green. But, yeah, it's just kind of sad to see, Ethereum so low. And it's supposed to be the leader of the altcoins, but it is not leading, unfortunately, guys. Now, total market cap is resting basically on 1.08 trillion. Not good if we can't hang on to it. The next level will be 1.05. And yeah, I just don't want to see us, go down, guys. Now, the dominance. Actually, you can see here it was making higher lows along the way, but now maybe it's starting to break that trend. Now, we did before have a couple of fake outs. I just want to point that out. But for the most part, we have been trending up. So is this another fake out, or is this, the point where we start to really go down? Now, CME futures, guys, we still have this gap down here. It's several $100s wide, let's say. I think about $600 or $700. Now, the likelihood of hitting this gap, in my opinion, now is much more likely, especially after the summit, because a lot of people, they were very hopeful about this summit. They thought it was going to be our saving grace. But guys, it's disappointing, I can say the least, at the least, So anyways, the DXY, though, it is continuing down. It had, right now it's 5 straight days of downside. There's only a little bit less than a couple of hours on this candle. So yeah, that is actually good for Bitcoin. That might be what's kind of saving us from really, rocketing down. Now, liquidation heat map, guys, it's getting up there again. Now, 700 million have been liquidated, and mostly long. See, everybody was, so optimistic about this summit. They started going long, guys. Just, you cannot, go long, especially when you have Trump in control. It's long or short, I would say don't do anything at this point. If you're going to do something, buy some coins, hold it. It's just more safe, especially when you have this guy in the White House. Now, quarterly returns, Ethereum, absolutely disaster. One of the worst quarters we've ever had. We haven't had many worse quarters, but it's getting there, guys. I mean, this is what, the 5th worst or 6th worst quarter. So yeah, now if we go down to the monthly returns, Bitcoin is still 4.22% up for March. Kind of amazing, but yeah, we are still up. Now, fear and greed is at a 34, guys. Yesterday was a 25. Last week we were around 16 in extreme fear. We're still in fear, though. So, but, in my opinion, we're going up a little bit fast. But I do see this probably dipping tomorrow just because the crypto summit was a nothing burger, really. Now, let's refresh this. Let's see if anything... Okay, so we went down again. And, we've just been going between 20 and 24. And I don't know if that's some kind of glitch or if we're really just going between 20, 22, 24 the whole time. But it seems like every time I refresh, I get somewhere between 20, 22, or 24. Now, the bull market peak indicators, guys, it's still 0 from 30. It's hard to believe we're not hitting anything right now. But we really haven't had, a bull run like the last bull run. This bull run has just been very boring, and there hasn't been so much excitement around altcoins, unfortunately. And yeah, I'm just kind of surprised we haven't hit anything yet. Now, the best indicator, Pi Cycle Top Indicator, I can zoom in, still hasn't crossed, so that is good to see. Now, next week, guys, Monday, consumer inflation expectations in New York. Tuesday, JOLTS job openings. Wednesday, CPI. Very important day, guys. CPI, we need that, when we're thinking about inflation and cutting interest rates. This is very important, guys. So, PPI also is on Thursday, so that is also very important. And then we have Michigan numbers on Friday. So if you remember, I think it was about a month ago, we got some very bad Michigan numbers, and that really crashed the market. So this can come into play. So we need to really hope Friday brings good numbers. Now, today we did have U.S. non-farm payrolls, and Moodix actually measured this at the very beginning. You can see right when it came out, it measured it as positive. Now, 3 minutes later, it showed that this was a negative, number. So you can see 1433 here, and yeah, minus, 17.75. So it ended up being negative. But for the most part, I guess it was positive because you have a bigger number here, positive, and then you have a smaller number, negative here. So if you minus that, guys, it's still a quite large positive. So I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but I just wanted to point that out, guys. Now, the FedWatch tools, 97% chance we're not getting a cut. I am in that, as well. Crypto bubbles looks very ugly right now, guys. Looked a little better earlier before the summit. And guys, if you want to check out Coinondo for Pudgy Penguins, there is no deals found, but I know there is flexible staking on at least Binance because that's where I have mine. So, and it's flexible, so it fluctuates. Anyways, if you want to check out any other coins, just go to Coinondo here, and they pretty much have every coin in the book. So yeah, you can find what you're looking for. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Do not trust Trump. Whatever you do, guys, I am sorry if you think this is a very political video, but do not trust Trump as long as you live.